Let's do it. Here we go. Shh. It's just water. Welcome to Curiosity Public. My name Dutch.
My name Jules.
Dylan.
And welcome to a special event here at Curiosity Public. We get a lot of questions, guys, about people that are interested in dabbling in tequila. And they say, where do I begin? So what we decided to do was to make the beginner's guide to tequila here for you guys. Now, we're not going to get into the production and all that stuff. You can Google that. But what we wanted to do is to give you guys some recommendations at each step of the way along a tequila journey and give you some recommended brands. So, without further ado, let's kick things off with a Blanco that we would recommend you starting out with. Now, the Blanco is the most pure form, right, guys? I mean, this is
no additives.
No additives. This is the distilled agave essence. It's what we're sipping on right here. And we should take a second and talk about glassware. Now, you don't typically see people drinking tequila out of a Glencairn glass, so if you're coming from whiskey, you might want to invest in some tequila tasting glasses. These are designed specifically with the bouquet and aroma of a tequila in mind. They're designed so you can hold it from the stem and not necessarily warm it up, unlike Dylan over there.
So you call him out, and he warms it up some more.
Granted, the tequila was cold. So, these are great. Do you need them? No. But if you want to start dabbling and you want to try to see, okay, what's the preferred kind of glassware? Right. This is what you use. We got a link in the description if you want to pick some up and help us out in the process. So
glassware does make a difference.
It does.
Right.
You want to mention this is a Riedel tequila
glass. Exactly. Okay, so let's jump into what we're drinking, which is Tequila Ocho. So Tequila Ocho is a really nice, pretty readily available Blanco. I mean, they have a whole lineup, but we recommend this as a good starting Blanco. It's not super expensive. It's pretty cool because you're going to get information on the bottle about where it was grown. Right. They will do different batches. Batches will be a little different, but across the board, a well-made product liked by a lot of people in the tequila community.
What does that say right here? 96 points, world best.
World's best.
World's best. There we go. Nothing but the best.
Yeah.
All the more sold.
And I will say, probably any of the brands we mentioned here today, you're going to be fine with any of these brands for every one of their iterations. Their Blanco, their Repo, and their Anejo. So, we're recommending the ones that we picked at each stage. But quite frankly, these are all really good brands that we're going to be talking about today. So just keep that in mind. Okay, next up, guys, the Reposado. Now, Reposado means it's been rested. So it got a little bit of age, a little bit of barrel influence, and one of the ones we've always thought was a really awesome Reposado is G4. So why G4, Dylan? You said this would be the best one here.
Yeah, because you know that I love Blancos and Extraneros, right? I rarely go to the Reposado and Anejo. With a few exceptions, this is one of them.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because the G4 Reposado has all of the flavors that you get in a Blanco. A very clean, crisp agave flavor. But it builds on that without getting rid of that base or foundation
core,
of the Blanco.
The agave core is still there.
Which is great, because it's just an expansion of the Blanco flavor profile. And I feel like this is just fantastic. I've given these as gifts, and they just rave about it.
And not super expensive either.
Right.
Yeah, there was a sale at one of our local stores. You could get like
$35, for a bottle.
A bottle, and you buy a second one, it's like $10 off. Like, it was just cheap.
Last year I think I got one for $25.
Yeah, I mean, you can get them for cheap. Great brand, really well-made stuff.
Right.
And again, the entire lineup at G4 is excellent, but when we did our drink through, and you can check that out, we did think that the Repo was one of the standouts of that lineup. So a good one there for sure. All right, guys, let's move on to Anejo. Now, an Anejo means it's been aged minimum 1 year. We got to go to Fortaleza, guys.
Yeah.
I think probably our favorite brand, if we had to pick one.
For sure.
The Anejo is absolutely exquisite. The bottle, look at these bottles. I mean, they're just so awesome. Hand-blown glass. There's always these irregularities in them. Right. They're not perfectly symmetric. You get information on the back about what lot they're from. Every once in a while, there will be some special lots, and it's a fun product in that regard. We did a really fun drink through of Fortaleza, but our pick for a great añejo. Now, it's expensive.
Yeah, I just want to mention, like, it's Fortaleza in the United States.
Right, Los Abuelos. Right, south of the border,
or it could be elsewhere.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So the thing I like about this is that this is their top of the line.
Yeah.
So Fortaleza does not have an Extranejo. So if you want the best of the line, you get it right here. This is what I like.
Yeah.
It's like when I buy this, I go, oh, I feel regret because I know that there is an extra. I don't have that kind of feeling. Like when I go to Tapatio and I go, well, if I have the Tapatio Anejo, I know that there's an extra Anejo. I want the extra Anejo. So yeah, this one right there.
All right.
Rich flavor.
It's a great product. I mean, if you've seen our Fortaleza drink through, you know we enjoyed that entire lineup. And I think if we had to pick one where you could get the entire lineup and get probably one of the best products across the board, I think Fortaleza is that one.
And it looks great on your shelf.
It looks great, yeah.
It looks great on your shelf.
All right, guys, let's move on to an extra añejo. Now, I think we all thought for sure we would just pick Tears of Llorona, but Dylan had other ideas. So Dylan, what do you have for us?
Yeah, so I want to start with, well, the reason why we didn't do Tears of Llorona because I felt like that was a kind of an outlier. It's if you talk about quote unquote traditional extrañejo, I don't think you could say that is the kind of the perfect representative because it has different barrel flavors and things like that. I would say I picked two. As always, I can't pick one. So I picked two that represent extrañejo pretty well. And the first one is the Arette Gran Clase Extranejo. Rich, beautiful flavor profile. Rich agave. You still get that nice barrel flavor. One thing I didn't like about this was the cork.
The leak.
Because I had a beautiful bottle and it kind of went boop. And then it popped open and I lost everything. And I actually messaged Arette and I'm like, sorry.
Sorry.
And that one is tapatio. No, it is not the hot sauce.
Yeah, and we did a drink through this lineup. Right. You can check that out.
And it says it's the Excelencia. It is definitely excellent there.
Yeah. And I will also note the new bottles of this is a 1 liter. Tapatio used to always be 1 liter. They're changing like right now to 750 ml. And the new 750 ml ones definitely look darker. I don't know if it's just it's I haven't picked one up yet, and I want to try them. And maybe a more intense flavor. We'll see. It'd be interesting to compare in the future, but a great extra.
Right.
Very agave extra añejo.
Right, and that's what we wanted. We didn't want to lose that base foundation agave flavor, and I think these two, represent that kind of flavor profile really, really well.
Yeah. So you don't even want to include Tears? I think we should.
No, and then we have to finish with Tears of Llorona, right?
Right.
I mean,
one of our highest rated spirits ever.
Right.
An exquisite, well-made extra añejo. I think you ask people what the best extra añejo is, and you're going to get a lot of different answers. But I think across the board, people can at least appreciate what Tears of Llorona is. For us being just spirits nerds, it's super interesting because you can come at that one from almost any perspective and find something awesome at it.
Right.
In it.
If you wanna have an academic exercise on a weekend with a bunch of friends, you open this up and you pour this in a Riedel glass like this. You'll have fun. You'll have fun trying to tease out the different flavors. You obviously will discuss how like the agave is presented, and then on top of that, how the different barrel influences enhance and add to the flavor profile. And I just love it. So we wanted to do this because I think traditionally most people think when they think of tequila, they think of this right here, and they'll pour something like this, right?
Or a margarita.
Well, maybe. And they'll look at this and they'll say, okay, line them up, right? And they're like, oh,
shot of tequila.
Yeah, they'll do stuff like that. And
why did you look like you were disgusted by that?
Because I don't do shots, right? I don't do shots like this, right?
That's fine, man.
Salud.
Oh wow! You kept falling down.
But we don't do that.
Take his top off.
Yeah, we don't do that. We love to sip it. I think you want to have the correct vessel for it. I think it's just fun.
Yeah.
I love drinking tequila. This is just great. I mean, if you had this, imagine if you bought these for a weekend tasting with friends and family.
Yeah, this is just a great lineup.
Just phenomenal.
So I think we should do one thing here before we close this out and talk about some of the maybe honorable mentions. So other brands so any one of these brands, like we said, you could take Ocho, you could take G4, you could take Fortaleza, you could take Arette, you could take Tapatio, and get any of the things from their lineups. Now, there's not any other tiers of Llorona, but the master distiller makes another lineup called T1. Again, a great lineup of tequilas there. Maybe a little harder to find. There are other great brands. Arette is another one we were considering putting up here, which we do have the extra of, but that's a great one where you can get really good prices on their products as well. If you check out, like the Reddit tequila forums, you'll get people listing kind of the traditionally made, well-made ones. El Tesoro is another one that comes up a lot. Any of these well-made brands, you're probably not going to go wrong with any selection from them. So this is a good starting point. We welcome you in the journey of tequila.
Yeah, I do want to mention, I wish that when folks start on their, the initial tequila trials, they would start with this rather than what we always think about, harshness and terrible nights and, shots. And
no celebrity brands.
Yeah. So
What's wrong with Sincoro?
I really feel like if you started here, you would appreciate it so much more. You would avoid the headaches, the nastiness, the toilet.
And everything here, there are no additives in these brands. And there are a lot of brands that use additives. I recommend, we don't have nothing to do with them, but Tequila Matchmaker has a great list of additive-free tequilas, and they have an additive-free program where brands can get certified additive-free by them. So, be aware of that, by law, they're allowed to put up to 1% of additives into...
Of each category.
Yeah, there's 4 categories.
4%.
Potentially. I mean, the law is pretty vague on it, but these can be colorings. They can be things that affect the viscosity. They can be things that add sweetness.
Glycerin.
And they can be things that add flavors. So that wonderful vanilla that you get in your Casa Azul, guess what? That's an artificial vanilla that they've added to it.
Or the peach ring in Sincoro.
Yeah.
I have no idea where that came from.
Yeah, but with these, what you're getting is traditionally made products made from agave, no additives. The only flavors influencing these are the agave and the barrels that they're using in the aging processes. And man, it's an awesome journey to go down.
You want natural, you want pure, here it is.
Yep. Great lineup, guys. Hope you guys enjoy your journey into tequila. Jules.
Welcome. And leave a comment down below. How's it going on that journey? Give us a thumbs up or thumbs down if you like this episode. Let us know either way. Please subscribe to more videos from Curiosity Public. If you want to help our channel out, please consider joining Curiosity Private, our membership program here on YouTube. We are also on Patreon, and we are selling t-shirts like these Turtle Power t-shirts. And
No, they're tequila
Power t-shirts. We do have a podcast out there on the major
Tequila on the half
podcasts. Yeah, that's right. All the major podcast platforms out there. As always, stay safe, stay healthy.
Stay curious.
Tequila on the half shell.
The evil shredder.
Tequila on the half cactus. No.
The half agave.
The half agave.
Mutant tequila drinkers.
No, you know what? The bad guy would be Sincoro.
No, it's shredder. It's
Shredder. So it would be
The roller?
the mill, whatever.
roller
thing.
mill.
Yeah.
Yeah, the roller mill. Okay. The guy's name is Roller Mill.
Yeah.
And
No, that's all we got.
Autoclave.
yeah.
The autoclave.
And then it would be Teenage Mutant Tapatio, right? The people from Guadalajara.
You're fired.
Na, 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 na.
Dude, you can't say that.